So one common thing I've seen a lot of people do that I've personally done a lot is whenever I'm leaving my iPhone on a table, there are a lot of things that I do that probably aren't the best things for the longevity and the health of these specific iPhones. Now the first thing being, and this has actually been, improved quite a bit with the more recent devices that have came out in general. But one thing I've seen some people do is they will actually leave their iPhone on when they're on a table and they step away from their device. Now, if you leave your iPhone on and you're watching a video or something, that's totally okay. But one thing to keep in mind is that all of the iPhones that we have nowadays are actually on OLED displays. Now, because of that, when you have an OLED display on a device, sometimes, and this hasn't really happened too much recently because the OLED technology has improved vastly, but with an iPhone 13, for example, if you were to leave that iPhone on for a month, you may end up seeing some screen burn-in happening on that display. Now, what is screen burn-in? Well, essentially things like your status bar, the application you're using may end up burning into the display. So even when you swipe out of that specific panel, it may end up actually going through and retaining that specific panel on that display. So if you were on iMessage, you may still see some iMessages on that panel if you were to keep your iPhone on for a long period of time. Now, if you leave it on for a day or two or a week or 2 weeks, it's not really going to do anything. But if you're doing that constantly for years and years and years, or months and months even, then that can probably cause some issues with your iPhone's panel, and that can degrade the panel much faster than it really needs to be, in my opinion. Now, another thing is actually when you have your iPhone in direct sunlight. One thing I've done a lot is I would leave my iPhone either on like the dash of my car, or maybe if I have like a GPS on in my car, I would leave it in direct sunlight, or even if it's on a table and there's sunlight just, bashing on that, phone itself. If your iPhone is constantly overheating, this is probably one of the biggest issues I've ever had with the majority of iPhones I've ever owned. Having some sort of, battery degradation happening on your device is really bad, and it's almost irreversible unless you were to go ahead and replace the battery. So in this specific case, by having your iPhone in direct sunlight, whether it's on your desk and there's sunlight going on it, or it's in the dash of your car or whatever, well, that's going to cause some issues over time. So nothing is really going to happen in one day or 1 week. Nothing is going to happen like that. It's perfectly okay. But if years and years of just doing this to your iPhone for a long duration of time, well, that is where you're going to start seeing issues arise on your phone. I've personally had issues with iPhones before with battery degradation, and it almost always happens when I have it in direct sunlight or the phone's overheating of some sort. With my 12 Pro, it's a little bit different, but with my iPhone 10, same exact thing. I would constantly overheat it. I wouldn't really take care of it, and the battery degradation really showed. So if you're going to leave your iPhone in certain, situations, those are some ways I would probably avoid, in my opinion. So that kind of covers it. If you have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.